Welcome back. We are so back. It's been a little while. Got a little sick. Life happened. But I have decided to shorten the videos from now on. But let me know if you want to go back to the longer form videos. Just let me know. But today we're in the Cessna 152. We got our IFR training number 3 today. We are at Shordan, if I'm saying that right, airport. And I hope you guys enjoy. We are so back.
Now we'll begin to get to grips with tracking to and from navigation aids. There are two primary types of radio beacon, VORs and NDBs. They work in slightly different ways, but the concepts are generally the same. You'll get a feeling for using nav aids in this lesson, first of all in a conventional aircraft with dials and needles, before moving to a G1000 equipped aeroplane. The Morse code you can hear is the Seaford VOR. It's transmitting Sierra Foxtrot Delta in Morse code so that we can hear we are tuned to the correct beacon. This is called identifying, and we can consider Seaford to be identified. You can adjust the ident volume using the small knob under the nav1 frequency on your radio stack. When your checks are complete, taxi to hold for runway 02.
Your mixture is set to lean. Internal lights look like they're on. So we're set there. Check cabin air and temp as required. Avionics on and set. Altimeter set to local. Flight controls. Check free and clear. Check. And doors closed and latched. Let's go.
Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, clear line up and take off runway 02. Wind is calm, right turnout is approved.
Okay, take off and climb to altitude 2,000 feet.
Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, clear for takeoff, runway 02.
We'll begin our discussion of nav aids with the NDB. The non-directional beacon is a common nav aid of high accuracy but limited range. It's displayed on the automatic direction finding instrument, the ADF, located at the right side of this cockpit, with a yellow needle at its center. Below the ADF dial is the ADF radio, which is tuned to the showroom NDB. The yellow needle always points directly to NDB. If you want to fly directly to an NDB, simply turn to point the ADF needle straight upwards. This is called homing. To discover your position relative to the NDB, turn the ADF card so that the card matches your directional jump. Maintain heading 090 just for now.
Dude, my plane will not stay
straight. To discover your
straight.
position relative to the NDB, turn the ADF card so that the card matches your directional gyro instrument, essentially putting your current heading at the top. Whichever bearing the needle points to is the heading you should fly to go to the beacon. The tail of the needle indicates your current direction from the beacon, known as your radial.
Dude, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this?
Now make a right-hand turn to heading 180.
Wait. Hold on. Whoa.
Remember to maintain 2,000 feet throughout this lesson.
I'm sorry. There's too much stuff going on with this plane right now, as it's not wanting to stay straight.
flying between nav aids, you need to know how the needle works and what it's telling you. When not tracking perfectly towards the beacon, the head of the needle will always be pushed away from your heading. The tail will always be pulled towards your heading, towards the top of the dial. Now that we've turned south, see how the ADF needle is pulling the tail towards the south and the head is pushed away.
No, I don't know what you're talking
Now make a right-hand turn to heading 240.
about. Dude, I'm sorry. My plane is not wanting to fly straight and level right now, and I can't figure out why.
Bank angle.
Oh.
Pitch.
I'm restarting.
Now make a right-hand turn to heading 240. Flying on this heading of 240 will demonstrate how the head of the needle is pushed away from your heading.
See, I don't know. I don't get it. What is he actually talking about over here? This thing, right?
We're going to leave Shoreham NDB on the 030 radial, meaning a direction of 030 from the beacon.
Now, it did tell me to center the thing, so it's centered.
Remember to maintain 2,000 feet throughout this lesson. Now we're reaching the NDB, start a rate 1 turn to the right to heading 030. You'll see the ADF needle move quickly as we're close to the beacon, but don't chase the needle, just ensure an accurate turn to heading 030. Once accurately established on heading 030, look at the ADF needle. The tail of the needle will be pulling towards your heading. If the tail is over to the left of centre, fly to the right of 030 to pull it over. If the tail is to the right, fly to the left of 030 to pull it that way. There are two main ways to accurately place yourself on the radial you want to fly. Either adjust the ADF heading card to set your current heading and pull the tail towards the radial you want, or you can use your imagination to superimpose the ADF needle on your heading indicator. Whichever way works for you is fine. You'll see this is taken care of for you with the glass cockpit aircraft. Intercept and follow the 030 radial for a short while. VOR tracking. A very high frequency omnidirectional range, VOR, is another type of radio beacon, but has greater range and accuracy than an NDB. It also allows the selecting of a desired radial on your instruments to give a deviation indication, which makes tracking easier. In a conventional aircraft, we use the OBS instrument. The omni-bearing selector has a knob to select the radial you wish to follow. To find a direct course to the VOR, turn the OBS knob until you see a 2 indication and the needle is centered. The course you set to achieve this is the direction you would need to fly at that moment to track directly to the VOR. Try this now. Center the vertical OBS needle with a 2 indication. It should be around 130. As during your turn you'll have travelled over the ground a small distance, once you're established on your target heading, recenter the OBS.
Yep, I already did that. I'm already there.
To demonstrate using the CDI, make a right turn to heading 180. Roll out on heading 180 and watch the CDI bar.
Yeah, it moves. We're getting too far to the right. Okay, what do you want me to do? I'm literally watching it move away because I'm getting too far to the right, dingus. What?
Now you can see that flying to the right of your course makes the needle move left, indicating that you should fly to the left to regain your
Thanks.
course.
I'm gonna go back to flying correctly.
Now recenter the OBS like before with a 2 indication and turn to the course directly to the VOR. Now that you've seen how to find a direct course to a VOR by centering the OBS, let's look at how to select and intercept a particular radial. Let's say we want to approach Seaford VOR from the 310 radial.
Okay.
Remember that a radial is always a direction from a beacon, but this
Yep.
time we want to fly towards it, so we use what's called the reciprocal. This is the opposite direction, 180 degrees different to the radial. To fly to the VOR down the 310 radial, we'd select a reciprocal course of 130. Set the OBS now to course 130 with a 2 indication. You'll see that the CDI goes off to the left, meaning we need to fly to the left to capture the 130
Yep.
course. Make a left turn to heading 070 to begin our interception. Flying on our intercept heading, you should start to see the CDI bar returning to center.
Correct.
VI becomes almost back to centre, turn to heading 130 to maintain our course. We've selected and flown a radial to a VOR. Once we reach Seaford, we're going to try leaving on another radial. As you get closer to the VOR, I'll ask you to set your outbound radial, which will be 180. As we'll be flying from the VOR on the 180, remember to maintain 2,000 feet throughout this lesson. As we'll be flying from the VOR on the 180 radial, 180 is what we would set in the OBS. But for now, keep tracking to Seaford. So now we're very close to the Seaford VOR. Maintain your present heading, but set the OBS to radial 180, as this is the radial we want to leave from the VOR.
Okay.
Now that we've very nearly reached Seaford VOR, turn right now onto a heading of 180.
We
Which will
haven't.
get us to leave on the 180 radial.
Okay. Trust you. I can remember that. What are you saying?
Well done, we've covered a lot in this lesson. We've looked at pushing and pulling the needle.
Listen, I don't know what he was looking for,
NDBs
but we did
operate,
it.
and how
So
we track to
we did a big
NDB
giant turn.
station.
I don't know what he was looking
We've
for.
tracked to a VOR, selected and intercepted VOR radials, and left on a different radial.
I just want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and smashing that like button, because baby, we got more videos coming out. I'm shooting for 2 videos a week, not a day, a week. Make sure you're also heading over to Twitch. Follow us over there, because we're going to be doing some live things over there as well. But until next time, see you guys later.